please. Right side, so you can get a bite.
One, fast.
Coming back on the left. What?
Bring it up, right there. I'll leave the teaser out for now, just clear the drag.
You don't wait long here.
Clear your left side, guys, left side.
Okay, lift your ass, get up, lift your ass, get up, lift up, lift up. Oh, perfect.
Okay, Dave, we're gonna go get just one. Hold your rod up to the side, Barry. Woo, look at that thing go.
Yeah, the H.
Yeah!
There you go. There it goes, here it goes. On the teaser, on the teaser. One down, ready. To knock out second, there he comes, there he is. Come on, Reese. I got it in free.
Hooked on OC is proudly brought to you by the town of Ocean City, Maryland, Worcester County Tourism, the Harborside Bar and Grill, Sunset Marina, the Ocean City Fishing Center, Miller Lite, Spencer Yachts, Sunset Grill, the Ocean Pines Golf and Country Club, Red Sun Custom Apparel, Tournament Yacht Sales, the Mid-Atlantic 500,000, Crabs to Go, Park Place Jewelers, and the Ocean City Visitors Guide.
Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to 2014 and welcome to another episode of Hooked on OC here on WMDT. Listen, folks, our Facebook page has really been blowing up lately, and recently we put out a post there to see what you guys would like to see in an upcoming episode. We got everything from green sticking for tunas, deep dropping for tile fish, and everything in between. But the resounding thing that we got off of the Facebook post was bay fishing here in the Ocean City Inlet and behind Ocean City, behind Astig Island and the back bay of Ocean City. We got a bunch of people here to mention stuff. Cher Cook Boyle, Terry Stifler, Jake Kavarda, Suze Lynn, Jared Klunk, Matthew Farenshak, and Brad Regan. All you guys wanted to know something about fishing the Ocean City Inlet or the back bays of Ocean City. So after the break, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to tell you what you can catch in Ocean City, what you expect to catch here in the inlet and behind in the back bays. We're going to show you after that some baits and techniques to use to catch those fish in different areas of the bay. And after that, I'm going to show you what I use to catch those different species. A couple of my back bay setups, a couple of really good knots that you're going to use all the time. So stay tuned after the break, grab a pen and pencil. I know it's the off season, we got a low budget here on the show, but a little photoshopping and some cool little diagrams for you. Everything will be just fine. We're gonna drop some knowledge on you after the break. It's Hooked on OC, we'll see you in a minute. Hooked on OC, we'll be right back.
Hey there, coming to you from the casual, rustic atmosphere of the Harborside Bar and Grill. Just relaxing, sipping on a fresh squeezed orange crush. I'm telling you, this incredible restaurant has a bountiful menu. Homemade soups, over 20 appetizers, a variety of sandwiches, Angus beef burgers, fresh fish, seafood, steaks, pork chops, and made-to-order pasta dishes. Choosing your meal won't be easy. All that plus a great happy hour and awesome entertainment. Harborside, fighting scurvy every day.
Sunset Grill, a cool Caribbean atmosphere. A unique dining or social experience overlooking the water. Freshly prepared entrees and appetizers for every palate. Casual dining in a fun atmosphere. Relax in our comfortable, elegant lounges with your special libation. Sunset Grill, a place to relax and enjoy.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Fields, President and CEO of Tournament Yacht Sales. We are your full-service yacht brokerage. Whether it's buying or selling your new or used custom or production boat, we have the sales staff that can assist you in any of your boating needs. Whether it be finding a captain, a mate, moving your boat up and down the coast, or selling. We have locations in Florida, Maryland, North Carolina, and Delaware. We can be reached on the web at www.tournamentyachtsales.com or 1-866-NEW-YACHT.
Sunset Marina is Ocean City's premier full-service marina resort. Sunset Marina is located just 5 minutes from the Ocean City Beach and Boardwalk. Sunset's charter fleet boasts the finest fleet of sport fishing boats in the Mid-Atlantic, all operated by Coast Guard licensed captains. One look at Sunset's amenities and you're hooked for good. Contact Sunset Marina today to book your fishing charter. Call 1-877-514-FISH. And now back for more Hooked on OC. Okay, so I'm standing here in the Ocean City Inlet. Back in 1933, this inlet was formed, and ever since then, Ocean City has really been a destination for fishing up and down the East Coast. And our back bay and the inlet is one of the main reasons for that. So on the Facebook post, we had a lot of questions about what you can catch in the bay and where to catch certain fish in the bay, some rockfish questions, tall questions, bluefish, and that sort of thing. So I thought it'd be a good idea to put together a show. Basically, that's just what we tell you. What sort of species you can catch here in the bay, how to catch those fish, and baits that we use for that. This time of the year, we really don't have any options as far as getting live bait and that sort of thing for you. We don't have any way of getting the live fish for you to show. But guess what? I got a computer program at work. I got a good diagramming skills, so that's exactly what we'll do. So, one of the first fish on the list, the weak fish, otherwise known as the sea trout. Real popular species back in the day. Fish shows up here usually, let's say, late summer, mid-August, sometime like that. Runs all the way through the fall. Not as prevalent nowadays. I remember back in the day, even as long as I've been in Ocean City, weak fish have kind of scattered themselves out. You can still catch some fish that are legal size out in the ocean, 14 to 18 inches or so, but the real big ones, the pigs that we call them, they're not as here like they used to be. Sometimes they'll make it run through every once in a while, but not like they used to. Next up, the black drum. Catch a black drum every once in a while, especially same time of the year. Black drum will make their way in here, usually last part of August, first part of September. Real good spot to here is right here on the south and north jetty in the Ocean City Inlet. These guys eat green crabs, sand fleas, and that sort of thing. We'll talk about that after the break once we get into the bait part of the segment. Sheep's head, all right? Let's hold those two together. Get a lot of confusion about this. Black drum and sheep's head, very, very similar looking fish. Main difference between the two of these guys, sheep's head has teeth, black drum does not. Both of them forage along the rocks in the bottom, along structure and things like that on the inshore wrecks. Here in the Ocean City Inlet, you can tell the main difference will be sheep's head have teeth, black drum do not. The red drum, related to the croaker, related to the spot. You can tell by his downturned mouth here in the front. Red drum, awesome eating fish. Ask Alan Sklar, who fishes Astig Island all the time. When the red drum show up, late summer, early fall. Best time to catch these guys is September, first part of October, and you can really catch some monsters down there off of Astig Island if you're using the right stuff. Anywhere from 24 to maybe 50 inches I've seen fish caught. Really, really awesome species, great eating fish. Black sea bass. Now Captain Monty will mug these things all summer long on the Morning Star, and you catch a couple of those fish here in the Ocean City Inlet. Don't expect too many of them, and if you catch a keeper, let us know, because with a 12.5-inch size limit, few and far between. You'll hear Black Willie, that sort of thing for a sea bass to describe it, but basically all they do is steal your bait. You'll catch them 4 to maybe 10 inches long, but I have not seen a keeper caught from Ocean City in a long, long time from inshore of the inlet. Offshore on the wrecks, that's a different story. I've seen them 5-6 pounds. Now we're getting into the stuff that you're definitely going to see on a regular basis. The croaker. Great fish for kids, okay? If you got a bunch of kids and you want to take them fun fishing and just have a great time bending a rod and catching a bay fish, croaker's the way to go. They ain't range in size from maybe 7 inches all the way up to maybe 12 or so inches is probably the biggest you'll catch in Ocean City. They school fish, so if you get into one, you're going to get a bunch of bites and catch a bunch of fish. Fish usually show up in July sometime, usually first, second week in July, run all the way through the fall, and then they make their exit sometime in October. But a really, really fun inshore fish for the kids and really, really good eating also. The bluefish. Lots and lots of bluefish coming into the area here in the early spring. We'll start seeing them toward the end of April, first part of May, when the flounder and those guys come back into the bay. If you catch those fish that are in the 2 to 4 pound range and you're a shark fisherman that fishes offshore, make sure you put them in the ice box, all right? Super mako bait. Mako love small bluefish, and it's definitely something you want to keep a hold of. As far as eating them goes, once they get to be 6 or 7 pounds, they're going back if they're me, or they're getting cut up for chunk baits or something like that. You can maybe cook them in and make them into a bluefish cake or some sort of thing, but as far as the eating goes, once they get to be bigger fish, they get that Tootsie Roll in them, not for me so much. All right, the tautog. The last 3 we're going to get into are probably the most popular species that you're going to catch here in Ocean City, and the taug is definitely one of them. Ocean City Inlet is probably the best spot to catch these. You can catch them along the bulkhead on 4th Street. We're going to go back there in just a couple minutes after the break, but taug is an awesome fish to catch here in Ocean City. The rockfish. Rockfish have really made a decent showing in the last few years. That nighttime fishing with eels and spot is kind of on the downside. Inshore fishing for them, doing trolling and that sort of thing, has really taken off. You can catch a bunch of fish in a short amount of time if you catch them on the trolling bite. And my favorite of them all, the summer flounder. If you're in Jim Crawl's AP biology class, you call them Paralichthes dentatus. This is the summer flounder, and it's my absolute favorite. We're gonna go into some detail on how you can bait up and catch a flounder in one of the next segments, but that's basically a rundown of everything you can catch here in the Ocean City Inlet and the back bays of Ocean City. What we're doing is we're coming back after the break. I got some more really cool diagrams. I did this myself, right? After the break, we're gonna show you everything you need to use to catch these fish in and around the back bays of Ocean City. We'll see you in a second. Hooked on OC, we'll be right back.
What do you get when you brew a light beer from scratch? A light beer that tastes like beer should. Miller Lite, never watered down.
Hey everybody, what's up? Scott Lenox here from Hooked on OC. Remember, the next time you're in the Ocean City area, pick up a copy of the Ocean City Visitor's Guide on book stands. It's got valuable coupons from all over town and things from all over Ocean City. Make sure you pick up your copy today and save yourself a couple of bucks. We'll see you at the beach. The Mid-Atlantic 500,000, boat for boat, the richest marlin and tuna tournament in the world. Known for its great fishing, warm hospitality, and camaraderie, the Mid-Atlantic is a must-attend event for competitive bill fishing anglers. The fishing action and fun take place in two ports, home base for the tournament in Cape May, New Jersey, and Sunset Marina, tournament headquarters in Ocean City, Maryland. If you're planning on doing some competitive bill fishing this year, get the best bang for your buck and choose the Mid-Atlantic 500,000. Register online now at ma500.com. Are you looking for the best crabs on this side of the Chesapeake Bay? Then head on over to Crabs to Go on the corner of Route 50 and 589. For over 20 years, Crabs to Go has been bringing you the fattest, tastiest crabs on the Eastern Shore, available by the bushel or by the dozen. We also offer a full menu including shrimp, clams, oysters, scallops, lobster tails, crab meat, and soft crabs. Call ahead for fast, hot carry-out. Or stop by for our homemade crab cakes, soups, and salads. This is where the locals come. Crabs to Go, Routes 50 and 589, West Ocean City.
Sunset Provisions has everything you need for a day on the water, including groceries and snacks, marine supplies, apparel for every season, ice, sodas, beer and wine, inshore and offshore tackle, Costa sunglasses, Bait Masters Tournament whining ballyhoo, and the best live bait selection in town. Call Sunset Provisions at 410-213-0081 or stop by just inside the west entrance of Sunset Marina in West Ocean City.
And now back for more Hooked on OC. Okay, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. If you chose to drop down a little knowledge on yourself about fishing here in the back bays of Ocean City. I've been back here maybe 20 years or so fishing the back bays of Ocean City. It's one of my favorite things to do. I got to tell you, I drop a line for flounder all the time back here. My little man Ryan is 7 years old. He's getting into it too. So if you're a beginner or if you're a lady, we had a couple of questions about how to get ladies involved and kids. It's really a great place to start. You can come right here to the bulkhead on 4th Street, right behind the ball field. Stop by the skate park and say hi to the guys. And it's a really great spot to drop a line in and catch a lot of the species that we talked about in that first segment. You can catch flounder here, croaker here. You can drop dead straight down off the edge of this rail and catch tog and sea bass. It's a wonderful spot to bring the family. Some benches back here where you can just kind of chill out and not have to worry about a bunch of boats and stuff. Or if you don't have a boat, it's another great spot to hang out. The Route 50 bridge is right down the bay from us, and that's a tremendous spot to catch all those species on the list. Most of those species like structure, and the Route 50 bridge is a perfect place to get those rocks and those pilings involved where these guys hang out and ambush bait as they come by. So speaking of bait, let's talk about bait for a little bit. One of the more popular things to do back here is catch a tautog. It says it right here. First thing on the list, tautog. Recreational fishing regulations in Ocean City, they got to be 16 inches long. What's one of the best ways to catch those guys? The sand flea, otherwise known as the sundafee. Right there on the bottom of a sand flea is the little thing he digs with. I drew a little dot there for you. That's where you're going to insert your hook, and it's going to come out and look just like this. These diagrams aren't half bad if I do say so myself. Just a little Google images and some drawing. That hook goes right through the bottom there, straight down into these rocks. Tog, sea bass, out the wazoo. Most popular bait for tautog, if you can get a hold of them, ask Monty Hawkins, the green crab. All right, this is an invasive species here in the United States. So if you buy green crabs live and you don't use them, please kill them and then throw the remnants overboard. They're already starting to take over the back bays here in Ocean City. Like I say, they're not an indigenous species to the Ocean City waters. So if you do get them and you don't use them all, kill them and then throw them overboard so we don't have them invading on the natural species here in Maryland waters. That's a really great bait for tog. Put that hook back in that back leg if you get a small one. Give them a little wrap on the top of the shell to release the scent. Tog City coming up after that. So let's get into the rock fishing, the flounder fishing. That's my favorite kind of fishing, is the flounder fishing. And we'll do a couple of live baits that we do there. First bait up, the shiner. Frozen shiner, you can get them in every tackle shop in Ocean City. Really inexpensive bait, anywhere from $3 to $4 or so for a couple dozen live frozen shiners. Hook goes right through the eyes, simple as that. Drop it down. Most of these fish are going to eat shiners and that sort of thing because they are indigenous to Ocean City waters. Most popular bait you see out there for flounder, the live minnow, the mummy chug, the bullhead. Right through the tip of the lips, okay? See, a lot of people want to hook them back here by the fin, back here on the tail. Not a great idea. Right up here through the lips, that gives them an opportunity to stay alive and be back there swimming natural like you should be. Not as popular a bait because they're hard to keep alive. You can't really sell them in a tackle shop because of that fact. The live bunker, the LY, all right? Really super duper bait for flounder fishing. You'd love to get them in that size range about that big, 2.5 to 3.5 or so inches long. Same thing, right through the eyes. That hook goes right through the eyes, gives them an opportunity to stay alive a lot longer, and this fish will die quick. If you don't put oxygen in the bucket or have a live well on your boat, don't expect these dudes to live long, all right? But if they do live long, they are an awesome flounder bait. Rockfish will eat them also. My favorite by a long shot, the live mullet. Party in the front, or business in the front, party in the back. Live mullet is my absolute favorite bait for a flounder. I gotta say that because I caught an 8-pounder a couple years ago on a live mullet. And one time, sometimes what you wanna do is give that fin a little clip. All right, that dorsal fin right there, just snip it off if you got a pair of scissors, because sometimes a flounder will grab him by the back, and if he feels that fin in the roof of his mouth, sometimes he's gonna let him go. If he doesn't feel that pressure, that poke from that fin, he might just take a little bit longer bite, and you got an opportunity to hook him a little bit better. Right through the tip of the nose, just like the minnow, is how you wanna hook a live mullet. Spectacular bait for flounder fishing. And probably one of the more popular baits for rockfish is the American eel. You can throw a minnow pot overboard in the marsh and load it with some kind of crab, dead crab or something like that. You will catch some live eels. Basically, the best way to hook them is right through the nose, just like everything else. All right? Real good trick for the eels. Put them on some ice. Don't let them drown in the water. If they get in that water and start to breathe that in over a long period of time, they are going to drown. You're going to lose them, and then they're no good dead. Live bait, boom, just like that. Get a dry rag, grab them by the top of the head. They are going to curl up and try and fight you. Hook him in the nose and then immediately get him in the water. If you don't get him in the water right away, he's gonna curl up on your line. You got a huge mess. Cut it, throw it overboard. It sucks. And probably the #1 bait for both of those species, the flounder, the rockfish, the trout, anything of those ambush predators on the Ocean City jetty, the live spot. That's probably my second favorite for fishing for flounder. If you can get him in that 2.5 to 3.5 inch range, large flounder love live spot. I gotta admit that, live spot. Best way to hook them, right through the eye sockets, all right? You get them through the nose sometimes, that's a little bit too far forward. Eye sockets is the best way to do that. So, there you go. There's all the baits that you can pretty much use here in the back bays of Ocean City. And coming up after the break, I'm gonna show you my combos for when I'm fishing for rockfish, tog, and flounder, and all the other species kind of mixed in there. All right, we'll be back in just a second. I'm going to show you the rigs and rods and a couple of knots. See you in a second. Hooked on OC, we'll be right back.
There's nothing more exciting than a day of offshore sport fishing. The sun, the sea, and a boatload of your friends trying to land the big one. Ocean City Fishing Center is the area's #1 charter fleet with 37 boats sailing out every day looking for the big fish. Tuna, marlin, dolphin, and shark. Every crew that sails is dedicated to your excitement. And all our captains are licensed by the U.S. Coast Guard for your safety. Head boats are also available for family fishing fun. Whether your party is big or small, call Ocean City Fishing Center. Tight lines and good times.
So have you seen it?
No. Have you?
Mm-mm.
So where did he go? Oh my God.
Are you kidding me?
So where did he go?
He went to Harrods.
What? Oh my gosh, what, did they go together? So?
Where did he go? Thank goodness he went to Park Place Jewelers.
So pretty.
Call Spencer Yachts and Spencer Yachts Brokerage whether you are looking to build a new Spencer Sportfish or buy or sell a used Spencer or boat by any other builder. Spencer Yachts and Spencer Yachts Brokerage are the right choices for dependable and unbeatable customer service for all your Spencer needs. Building and selling custom outboards, express and sportfish yachts from our 26-foot center console to our 90-foot sport yacht. Call or email us today to become part of the Spencer family.
One of the shore's best-kept secrets is a secret no more. Ocean Pines Golf and Country Club, home to the area's only championship golf course designed by the legendary Robert Trent Jones Sr. Open to the public and now professionally managed by Billy Casper Golf. Set amongst scenic woodlands, Ocean Pines has newly renovated bent grass greens and ever-improving golf course conditions that make it a must-play. Call 410-641-6057 or visit us online at www.oceanpinesgolf.org to book your tee time today.
And now back for more Hooked on OC. All right, welcome back to the program, folks. Thanks for sticking with us once again here on Hooked on OC on WMDT. If you're watching us on Sunday morning at 7:30, appreciate you being up this early, because I'm not. I'll DVR it. Anyhow, what we're going to do now is we're going to get you set up and show you the rods and rigs and reels that I use personally to catch the different species we've talked about here so far on the television program. So, tog fishing. This is my tog killer. This is a 5.5 foot extra sturdy reinforced guides. I'm not lying to you, I can catch white marlin on this rod, absolutely no problem. And I've got the AVET 5.1 on here. Got this as a gift years back. Beautiful, beautiful inshore fishing reel. Catch anything you want on it. 30 pounds of braid on here, goes to my leader. And the leader is the trick with tog fishing. You got to fish in the rocks when you're tog fishing, okay? So you don't want to be putting a whole bunch of hardware on there. Notice, no swivel there, all right? A hook, and that's it. Comes down to my weight here at the bottom. Very, very simple rig. Next up, when I'm in the Ocean City Inlet, I fish with a spinning rod quite a bit. I'm a bait casting guy, but spinning is really the way to go if you're fishing in the Ocean City Inlet, all right? This way you can, if the fish are up on top and it's a beautiful calm day like today, if I'm looking out there and I can see some rockfish or something busting on the surface, bluefish chasing bait, I'm gonna rip this thing off of here and I'm gonna throw a gotcha plug on there, maybe throw a bomber lure out there, zoom, zoom, zinging around on the top. That way I can do that with a spinning rod. Can't do that with my bait caster because those lures are just really too light for that. If I'm going fishing for flounder, if I'm going fishing for croakers, that sort of thing, this is the way to go. Dale Timmons hooks me up at the White Marlin Open every year with a bunch of his deadly double rigs. I think it's deadly double. Of course it's deadly double. I always call it daily double. But look at that. Beautiful. Barrel swivel. And right off the barrel swivel comes your first leader. About 12 inches off. Live bait hook, spinner blade, and a couple of pink beads. Come down another 18 inches. Here's my sinker. Right to that, a simple clip. And then another 18 to 20 inches off. Another live bait hook. Dale uses nothing but quality components on his rigs. That's my setups. If you've got something similar, you're doing the right thing. If you got something different, maybe you want to change a little bit. That's completely up to you. But these are exactly what I use. They just took them out of my shed so I can come here and show you folks what I use on a regular basis to catch tog, sea bass sometimes down here, rockfish and flounder during the fall, and your croakers and everything else during the summer season. Beautiful, beautiful setups. Keep them in good shape. Got to use some oil, got to clean them up during the winter. So when you got days like this, come on inside, pull the stuff out at night, get a little oil out, squirt, squirt, and that's going to keep it in good shape for the next time you pull it out, all right? After the break, I'm going to show you a real quick knot. You're going to use it all the time. I'll see you in a second. Hooked on OC, we'll be right back.
Hey, it's Rodney. I'm out to rescue the entire East Coast and bring him to Ocean City, Maryland. Let's go!
These buildings are blocking all the sun, people! We need to get you to Ocean City!
Make room for one more.
Wouldn't you rather be in Ocean City, Maryland? One thing's for sure, it's a whole lot more fun than whatever you're doing right now. Go to OCOcean.com and click on Lucky Summer of 13 for deals and discounts.
What brings you down to Harborside today?
I love the Orange Crushes and the music.
Orange Crush.
And the Orange Crush.
Orange Crushes.
The Orange Crush.
It's all about the crushes.
Came here to see you. What's not to love?
Isn't he cute? A couple drinks?
I love the Rockfish, Orange Crush Rockfish.
Enjoying the weather. Aren't you ready to be at Harborside?
Motorcycle ride. Motorcycle ride.
Several Orange Crushes.
Having a good time.
Harborside's the best. Rock it.
Red Sun Custom Apparel is Ocean City's leader in t-shirts, embroidery, and promotional products. Simply put, the best graphics you'll see anywhere. Call Red Sun today at 302-988-8300. Worcester County, located on Maryland's eastern shore, is Maryland's only seaside county and is known for its clean sandy beaches, outdoor recreation, steamed crabs, and the famous wild ponies on Assateague Island's national and state seashore parks. Worcester County has everything to offer, from its historical towns to Ocean City, filled with a 3-mile boardwalk, amusement parks for the family, and its wonderful lifeguarded beaches. And for all the fishermen out there, Ocean City is home to the richest sport fishing tournament in the world and is the white marlin capital of the world. Visit Worcester County and discover its wonders. And now back for more Hooked on OC. Okay, so if you're going to do any kind of fishing in Ocean City, a lot of times the hooks don't come snelled, but I know how to do it. And you will too. Pay close attention. Here's my hook. Luckily I have an eye that's offset from the shank of the hook here. So line goes in. That's it. Holding on to the back end of it. Tag end comes around and goes back toward the curve of the hook. Okay? Fingers go in. Index finger goes over top and down, and here's where you twist it. Twist the fingers. Around, twist the fingers. Up and around, twist the fingers. Up and around, twist the fingers. Do that 4 or 5 times. Notice up and around, twist the fingers. The entire time, the tag end of that is hanging out the other side. Hold everything tight. Pull your main line back towards you. Put a bite on that. Pull it all tight. That's one gorgeously snelled hook. Pull it up toward the shank. Boom. I'll put that up against any Gamakatsu snell real quick. Thanks, Dan Lampy, for teaching me that way back in the day. So folks, listen, if you want to do some absolutely spectacular fun fishing for you, the beginner, you, the amateur, or you, the pro, get back here and fish the jetty in the Ocean City back bays. It's spectacular during the summer season. Fish will usually move in here at the end of March. First seasons that kick off are usually bluefish and flounder. They'll start up in the end of March, first part of April. Then all summer long, you got more species moving into the bay. The croakers, the sea bass, the tog, they're here most of the time. Croakers, I'm sorry, will show up usually in August and stay through the fall. That's when those other bottom fish will show up. Black drum, sheep's head, red drum, those will all show up toward the end of the summer, into the fall. Your more popular species like flounder, that's going to go April through October. Bluefish will be here early May, let's say, and all the way through October also. Rockfish. Rockfish are here early season. Sometimes the first part of April they'll show up in the surf, and they don't leave here until just a couple of weeks ago. I saw the last ones leave in the end of December. You have to adjust your fishing techniques, but just stay on our Facebook page at facebook.com/HookedOnOC, and we'll give you updates, show you some big fish and techniques that these guys are catching them all around the area. All right, thanks so much for joining this episode of Hooked on OC, folks. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.